The heart and soul of Shaare Zedek is the fact that although we do practice ultra-modern, ultra-technological medicine, we do not forget the patient. We talk to patients, we listen to patients, we think about patients, because modern technology is no alternative to direct communication with patients.
The Talmud records that Kadosh Baruch Hu wears tefillin just like we do. I would suggest that if Kadosh Baruch Hu wanted to play doctor, he would probably choose the lab coat of Yonatan Halevy to wear quite proudly, just like he emulates us wearing those tefillin.
Yonatan's a virtuoso. I think there is nothing that Yonatan can't do. He's a medical specialist, but in terms of where he's taken the hospital, from toe to brain, he's created in Shaare Zedek the best hospital in Israel today.
If you look at Shaare Zedek over the 32 years of Yonatan's leadership, it's unbelievable how it's grown without compromising an iota of its Jewish values, without sacrificing one bit of modernity. Yonatan has been a great example of that combination.
Yonatan has always taken the big picture approach to population health in Jerusalem. His main goals have not been to improve the reputation of the hospital, have not been to make more money for the hospital, but he always thinks what's important for the people of Jerusalem.
He articulates his vision very clearly. He enables the people who work for him to do their best and exceed all the expectations. And more importantly, every time I had the privilege to interact with Yonatan, he came through as a mensch.
When I began my tenure at Shaare Zedek, I realized very, very quickly that working day to day with Yonatan Halevy was going to be a masterclass in leadership and vision.
Yonatan Halevy definitely was the core of the hospital with a heart. He cares about the patient's family, and has always cared about the name of the hospital as well.
One of the stories that I think, for me, highlights most how compassionate he is and how he really brings this philosophy of a hospital with a heart to life is that every year before Yom Kippur, Yonatan Halevy, the head of the hospital, a man who has vast responsibilities, goes bed to bed to see every single patient in the hospital. It is inconceivable to me that one person can do as many things in one day as he can.
He's phenomenally knowledgeable. We sat down in his office and he was going through the different departments, what the differences are between the departments, what his plans are for buying new equipment. We were really very, very impressed.
He manages over 4,000 employees, including doctors, nurses, unions, HMOs, and the Israeli government. Not an easy task. He, at the same time, was able to treat patients and run around the world to raise funds for the hospital. And during that time, he has managed to bring this hospital from where it was a small clinical hospital to a major medical center in Israel.
I remember getting involved with building the underground facility for emergency care. I remember when in Israel it was very hard to get approval for MRI machine, and we got two. I remember when the need arose to build a new neonatal facility in the hospital, or a children's hospital. And every time we accomplished one task, Yonatan came up with another. And that's visionary. Yonatan never rested on what was accomplished.
If you look at Shaare Zedek over the 32 years of Yonatan's leadership, it's unbelievable how it's grown without compromising an iota of its Jewish values and without compromising its state-of-the-art medical care. And the way this happened was by example. Yonatan encompasses that, and that example permeated throughout the hospital, and that's Shaare Zedek.
From the moment Chaim Doron mentioned that there is this kippah-wearing, exceptional doctor who's running a small hospital in Israel, he's managed to stake out a position with Shaare Zedek that has again, move the hospital with a heart to the hospital with a heart and a brain, breadth and depth that is unsurpassed in Israel. And we are totally indebted to him.
I think Yonatan has only been able to accomplish what he has accomplished because he has his amazing Adina standing by his side and supporting what he does, and we feel truly blessed at the American Committee to have had the privilege of partnering with the two of them over all these years. Yonatan, we at the American Committee are very aware of the fact that the reason we're able to be so successful is because of you and what you've built at the hospital. We will forever be grateful for the role that you've played in all of our lives, and we only look forward to continuing this relationship for many, many years to come.